Hi, my name is Fried Candy. I like SeaGDPS. It's cool, I think. It lets me be driving in my car right after a beer with the friend inside me that's named Fluey. And it also lets me raise up my bat for baseball delight until the mama's kiss goodnight. If I had to rate it, I would give it a 247 out of Granny, and it's making me fall through a cave on Mount Evan where I met an evil talking flower in a pot. Explains the plot. It also lets me have rated levels, and I have about 6 or 7 rated levels, fire emoji. Anyways, is it feeling cold in here, or is it just me?
I don't really have much to say other than that it's kind of crazy how the GDPS is still like here after more than a year. I would like to thank everyone in the server, yes, even you Elord, even though you deleted the GDPS once, for just being there because it's been really fun. Thank you.
I ain't got much time to say shit, cause someone's gonna tell me to get back on Unfound, but it was fun getting to know new people in the GDPS. Y'all kinda chill. It's crazy how it's been a year already. The GDPSs were really convenient for me. I got access to the editor on mobile, which allowed me to create whenever I want. And then I never stopped.
I'm very impressed how the server is still pretty active after the entire year. I really enjoyed being with y'all. Special shout out to Elord for once deleting the whole thing.
What do I think of SeaGDPS? Well, let's think here. It's fun. It made me it made me reconnect with old friends. It's also gotten my motivation up. What else? What else? It also brought bad things, but you know, we don't talk about those. It's been on the bright side. Let's say that it's been on the bright side. So, SeaGDPS is a community. Just some friends that came together. That's what SeaGDPS is to me.
I realized I don't really know what to write, but this server and the people in it are pretty much the only reason I use Discord now, and it's already low-key nostalgic to look at old box GDPS messages from 2 years ago, and it really doesn't feel like it's been that long. But anyway, I'm just really thankful that this server exists. I would have probably not been the same without it, and I would also not feel like I should get better at GD, so the reason I'm as good as I currently am now is because of all of that.
Yo, I exist, guys.
So, for the GDPS review, I give it 8 out of 10. And for GDPS experience, for 7 out of 10. For GDPS, I'm not really that active because I'm busy with my life. Fuck. Well, anyways, for GDPS. Glad I was in, even though I don't have that good of a reputation. But anyway, better.
Hi guys, I am Sea Carrot. Jiquei was not real. LOL.
I made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I do expect to be forgiven. I'm forced to be here to apologise. What we came across that day in the GDPS was obviously unplanned. The reactions you saw on screenshots were raw, they were unfiltered. I knew how to react, or how to feel. I should have never deleted the GDPS, wink wink. I should have put the mouse down and stopped what we were going through. couple of things I should have done differently, but I didn't. And for that, from the bottom of my heart, I am occasionally sorry. I want to apologise to the GDPS. I really want to apologise to anyone who has seen Void 2. I want to apologise to anyone who has been affected or touched by ELO GDPS deletion syndrome, or ELO GDPS depression art, or ELO GDPS deletion trauma. But, most importantly, I want to apologise to Elord and his GDPS. Hashtag free Elord. For my fans who are defending my actions, please do. I need more credit. I don't deserve to be defended. In brackets, I do. The goal with my GDPS is always to entertain, to push the boundaries, to be all-inclusive in the world I live in. I share almost everything I do. The intent is most of the time not to be heartless, cruel or malicious. Like I said, I made a huge mistake. I do expect to be forgiven. I'm forced to be here to apologise. I'm not ashamed of myself. I'm not disappointed in myself. I am not promising anything. I will be Elord. Thank you. Hashtag narcissism. Yeah.
You like being with a dime? Yeah, yeah, you bit like a lemon lime. Yeah, yeah, you.
Standing by, never taking a break, ever making me read.